Hello guys, today I'm going to be looking at the oceans, the 5 oceans of the central planet of Aeonar, Earth. Now let's get into it. First of all, we start with the Western Great Ocean, Thar. This ocean is the most shallow and it's tropical, kind of a tropical, more or less ocean that has more tame, more vibrant life, sea life and whatnot, but not too much on it like most of the oceans. But let's take a look over here in the Eastern Great Ocean, THAC. In this Great Ocean, it's much deeper. In fact, it's the deepest part of the Great Ocean. And some pretty fierce life lives there. Some giant sharks and pretty dark looking fish and whatnot. But it's kind of more abyssal, dark waters. Not too much, similar to the western counterpart of it. But let's move on to the Northern Great Ocean, Ragan. In the Northern Great Ocean, there is some big sharks, but they're not nearly as ferocious as some of the ones in the Eastern Great Ocean. But it is deep here and frosty because it's northern, but really not all that much. But all of these oceans have their own little 5 or more different fishes, along with the fishes you'll see in real life. Now, moving on to the Southern Great Ocean, Charon. In this ocean, it's pretty cold, as usual. A bit deeper than the northern one, but does have quite similar life to the northern one, but it's not too much different whatsoever. So let's move on to the final ocean, and the most detailed of all. The Primordial Ocean, Primordial. It's on this side of the map. Oops. And this side. So it's kind of in the middle of the planet. Or the opposite middle, whichever one. The real middle of the planet is right here, technically, but whatever. But anyways, in Primordial, it's such a deep ocean that it has like 3 layers of, like biomes, different regions, whatever you can call them, going down. The first region, which still pretty deep, is a more lush region that's on the top of the Primordial Ocean. And it's on the top part of the Primordial Ocean and has a lot of lush, more vibrant life, but still deep sea. It's gonna take a while for you to get deep enough to be able to get to the lush part. But the real part of the primordial ocean starts there. And then, in the second layer, the primordial ocean, lies a rocky part that's basically the same thing, but it's just dark rock and spookier creatures more akin to things like anglerfish or real creepy stuff like that. But nothing too special, really. But there is scarier creatures the deeper you go. Then, in the third layer, which actually is labeled here, the Leviathan's layer, which is this black middle part of the primordial ocean. Might not be able to see it. The darker part, but there. In that part, the fiercest and biggest and strongest of ocean creatures live there, including the Leviathan, which once guarded Genesis, Terminus, and the Aeon Crown, but since has kind of retired and is now guarding other relics. But there is many places on the planet that Kronos hid powerful relics, along with relics simply lost by people that other things hoarded. But the third layer is just deep and has a very flat bottom that's sandy, surprisingly. But it's just empty and dark. And the longer you stay there, the more colossal creatures you're attracting. And you don't want to mess with the Leviathan, which is like 3 miles or more long. You don't want to mess with him. But anyways, you may also be able to find colossal clams, potentially, in some parts of the primordial ocean, but typically the deeper parts, or the parts away from the lush area in shallower waters, but they don't like light. But anyways, that's all for today's video. Like and subscribe, and I'm out.